Hi guys, welcome back to Minimum Wagers Kitchen. I'm Gigi, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a ginormous chocolate peanut butter cup. By the way, not only am I going to show you how to make a giant peanut butter cup, I'm also going to be showing you how to make 3 different kinds of chocolate cups as a bonus. So, hey! So for today's bonus chocolate cups, I'm going to be showing you how to make a chocolate hazelnut filled cup. I'm also going to be showing you how to make a really yummy low sugar white chocolate peanut butter cup inspired from my last episode. And if you haven't watched that, you definitely should. And for the third cup, I'm actually going to be showing you how to make a very, very yummy cup. This one's going to be a semi-sweet milk chocolate and cream cheese filled cup. That one I'm also very excited about to try. Well, you guys, I'm super excited about trying all these chocolate-filled cup recipes, so let's go ahead and get started with the recipe, shall we? Oh my gosh, by the way, you guys, I have not made this chocolate-filled peanut butter cup, so this should be quite the adventure, and wish me luck, and no pressure, I guess, huh? We'll see how this goes. Alright, you guys, these recipes for our chocolate-filled cups today are super simple. For this recipe, though, because I am making this for the first time, I tried looking for some items that would make it as easy as possible to make this, and also as easy as possible to lift and remove that cup. So let's go ahead and go through here. Now, you can use just a aluminum foil pan, but I highly suggest to pick these guys up for $1.25 over at the like Dollar Tree or whatnot. These are 15 liners in here, which is pretty awesome, and these are supposed to be for an air fryer. We're not going to be using these for baking today, so these should be pretty useful for this. But for today, I'm going to go ahead and use a metal pan here because it really fits perfectly, and I feel that it's going to trap a little bit more of the cold air and chill this a little bit faster in the freezer. And what I mean by in the freezer, well, I'll show you in a little bit here. So yeah, just wanted to give you some options that you can use to actually make this at home. Well, it does not get easier than this, so let's get started by going ahead and opening this bag of milk chocolate chips here. So for today, I'm going to go ahead and use milk chocolate chips for the foundation and the sides and the top of our giant chocolate peanut butter cup. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and dump half a bag of our milk chocolate. And now I'm just going to go ahead and put this in the microwave for 30 seconds at a time. I'm going to go ahead and stir every 30 seconds until it is completely melted. Alright guys, so all melted. This was about 3 rounds, so it took about 1.5 minutes on 30 seconds at a time, but that is the consistency you want. And if you need to, you can just go ahead and pop it in the microwave for a couple more extra seconds, but don't go overboard and, well, burn your chocolate. So the next step is going to be getting our half a bag, and what I like to do, really scrape the heck out of this because you want all that chocolate in there. I'm going to do a T. So you'll make a T shape for the letter T. And X works too. And that's lowercase t. Alright, so trying to have a T shape in here. So now what I'm going to do is I really want to get about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of chocolate, and I'm going to go around and kind of, as you can see, whoa, it's a little tough with the liner in there to show you, but as you can see, I'm moving this right to the edge and making sure that the whole bottom is completely covered and as even as possible. Guys, if this turns out, I'm going to be so excited to cut into it. There'll be just so much satisfaction over that. Oh my gosh. Alright guys, so the next step is going to be grabbing your spoon and barely pushing on the sides here, just to get a little tiny bit of a layer on that side. It doesn't have to be all the way. It's just so that when we have this set and ready to go with the bottom all nice and cooled, we can go ahead and start adding that second layer, which will be our side layer. So adding a little bit of that chocolate to the side, just above that line there, really helps out so everything sticks. And don't worry, I'll show you here in just a second what that should look like. Well, I gotta say it's a little bit hard to show it with the liner here because, you know, picking it up, but that is what it should look like. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and just added a little bit to the side so that when this is nicely cooled down, at least the bottom of it, and a little bit of the sides there too, it'll be much easier to add that other layer of chocolate around, and then that way we have something where it can stick and set. Alright you guys, so the next step here is going to be putting this in the freezer for a good like 10-15 minutes so that bottom sets and cools down. So I will see you in just a few moments and I'll show you what this looks like. See you in a moment. Well guys, while our giant peanut butter cup base gets nice and cool, I've gone ahead and added the rest of the chocolate chips from that one bag here, ready to go to melt. And in the meantime, what we can do is grab our cup of peanut butter for the center of our chocolate peanut butter cup. And for this, once that is ready and the sides are ready of the chocolate part of the peanut butter cup, then we'll go ahead and add this peanut butter, but we are going to melt it just a tad so that way it's a little bit easier to handle. So we'll go ahead and add this to a bowl here, and that way it's ready to go to warm up. Well, so far it's working. I can't say that, well, this guy right here stayed pretty well, but we've got the effect. So, next step, now that this is nice and set, there we go, and our sides are also set, which is very nice. I'm going to go ahead and warm up the rest of this chocolate real quick, and I think this recipe is going to require a little bit more chocolate. Alright guys, so now that this is all set and our rest of our chocolate from that one chocolate bag is melted, alright, so now what I'm going to go ahead and do is just scrape the top of the spoon, and I'm going to be utilizing the back of the spoon to go ahead and cover the side of the liner. So what I'll do first is dip my spoon this way, and that's okay if you have some on the top here. And now go around like this and push up. So I'll do that around the whole thing here, and you can also use the side that way. And I really want enough so that when I do take off the liner, hopefully it won't fall apart. So push up and then go side to side. Alright, I'll show you again here. So we'll push our chocolate up and move it to the side. And that's really to fill all those gaps. And I just discovered too that this is actually helping a lot with pushing back that liner. It's kind of starting to push back towards the center there, and really now it's evening out, which is super nice. Oh my gosh, you guys, this actually might really work. Oh my gosh, I am excited. So what I'm going to do now is just go around one more time and just kind of pretty much do this and do a side motion with the spoon this time. That's really to give it a little bit more chocolate so that when we do have our peanut butter in here and we do cut it open, hopefully we'll still have that nice little chocolate side. One thing that's really helping out too is ever so often as you're going around and trying to fill the rest of the spots up with some of this chocolate, make sure to hold on to the liner as well. That's definitely going to help you out. And now that my hands are full of chocolate, I may as well put this in the freezer and let this rest for another 10 minutes. Alright guys, I will see you in just a few moments. Alright guys, so this has chilled and I am making the executive decision to do another little layer here just to make sure we have enough chocolate to go ahead and break into this. So, still have some chocolate here, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same method and I will be right back to show you what it looks like. Alright guys, so I got the rest of that chocolate. I'm actually going to fill this up 3/4 of the way here, so I'm going to go ahead and chill this and hopefully this will work. Oh, and while we wait for our giant chocolate peanut butter cup to cool, don't forget to hit like, don't forget to hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when the next video is up, because yay! And you can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. Well guys, that took no time at all, so there we go. Now it is all nicely cooled from the freezer, and we can still pick this guy out of here, so that's pretty amazing. So now I'm very excited to see what is going to happen when we cut into this at the end of the video. So I've gone ahead and warmed up our peanut butter, and I did the same thing, about 30 seconds, until about this nice, smooth, creamy consistency. It's going to be much easier to go ahead and spread evenly onto our giant chocolate peanut butter cup. Alright, so let's get started with pouring our peanut butter here. And again, you guys, I have not made this before. I did not look up recipes for this. So I'm hoping that I have enough peanut butter, but if we need to add more, I'll add it to the recipe. I feel like this should be just enough, and I think it is. Ooh, that looks yum. So all I'm doing is just pouring it in the center, and then with the spoon evening it out and making sure it's nice and even. Alright, so now I'm just going to go ahead and smooth this out. Alright, now we have our peanut butter in here. So same thing, I'm going to go ahead and chill this for about 15 minutes with the peanut butter, just because there's a lot of oil in there, so it's a little bit harder to freeze, and it'll give it really an opportunity to set a little bit more, so that when we do add the rest of our chocolate, and by the way, you're going to need an extra cup of chocolate chips. Just saying. That was not enough chocolate, so that'll be a bag of chocolate and another cup of chocolate chips. And that 1 cup is going to be to cover the top of this. Now, just so you guys know, we are going to have a little edge left over, which is perfectly fine. This is a fun experiment, so let's have fun with this. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the freezer, let this set for a good 15 minutes, and I'll be back to add the rest of the chocolate and see how this experiment goes. See you in a moment. Well, you guys, I'm excited to say that this is holding on, and I actually let it chill for a good 15 minutes, and we're good to go. As you can see now, it's super set, so it's not like slopping off or anything. So next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is warm up the rest of this chocolate, and I will be right back. Alright, chocolate is melted. Yum! So the next step, we're going to go ahead and do another T again, or cross. And boy, I think we have just enough chocolate here to cover the base. But if we need more, we'll make some more. All right, so the next step now, I'm just going to go ahead and very carefully even this out. Start from your center and move your spoon. And just take a look too, like, hey, you know, is the chocolate touching the chocolate? That's the most important part here today. The other thing too, guys, is work quickly because that peanut butter is really cold and the sides of the chocolate, or the sides here, are very cold as well. So that chocolate on top starts setting pretty quickly. Almost done. All right, it's covered. So now I'm going to go ahead and take the back of my spoon and go around the whole perimeter here. And just go around the whole side. Make sure everything's nice and covered. And I just found a tiny little spot. And all I'm going to do is just go around here. We made it, you guys. Oh my gosh. Don't mind all the chocolate over my hands. It's part of the experience. There we go. We did it. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. We covered it all. All right, so next step, I'm going to go ahead and stick this in the freezer for the remainder of the video, and at the end of the video we're going to go ahead and cut this together. I am super excited and I really hope this works out. If not, well, we tried something new today. Alright you guys, I'm going to go ahead and chill this, and I will be back for the bonus round for 3 chocolate filled cups. Super exciting, and see you in a moment. Alright you guys, get ready for something different, and we're also going to be making medium-sized ones instead of small ones, because you know, from ginormous to medium to small. So for these today, we're going to go ahead and make the chocolate hazelnut filled chocolate cup. And today I'm using a chocolate spread, but you can also just use a regular chocolate butter as well. This is one of my favorite brands. It does not have to be this, and it is not sponsored, so you know. So for this one today, I'm using a delicious hazelnut coconut spread. Cocoa spread. Not coconut. But you can also use Nutella as well, so you know. Or pretty much any hazelnut chocolate spread. So to start our recipe today, I'm going to go ahead and do 1.5 cups of just semi-sweet chocolates. And we're going to go ahead and warm these up for 30 seconds at a time till it is nice and melted. I will see you in a moment. So I've gone ahead and melted our chocolate here, so that's what it should look like. And this is the semi-sweet chocolate. There you go. And what I'm going to go ahead and do now, so that 1.5 cups of that semi-sweet chocolate is going to go ahead and cover not only the bottom, the sides, also the top as well. I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of spoonfuls. Whoa! And I'll start with one. And what you'll do is start from the center, go around with your spoon, and kind of spin till you hit the sides there. So now I've covered the bottom. Alright, so now I've gone ahead and covered the bottom, and I'm going to add just a tiny little bit more so that we have a nice secure base for our delicious hazelnut spread. And same thing, start from the center and then just kind of move your spoon towards the edges. And guess what? We're going to do the same exact thing as we did with that giant chocolate peanut butter cup. We're going to take some of that chocolate from the side, push up, and move your spoon to the side. Push up, spoon to the side. That way, we have a base. And that's for our side, so we don't have all of our hazelnut spread just kind of oozing out. So because these are so much smaller, you can go ahead and do your sides now. You should have enough chocolate on those sides that it should set nicely in the freezer. And that way, you don't have to do that extra step with the giant chocolate peanut butter cup. Alright you guys, I'm going to go ahead and finish these and I'll show you what they should look like. See you in just a moment. Alright guys, so these are all set to go and I'll show you here. Whoa! That way you can kind of see the inside. Nicely covered on the sides there, so we can fill that up. And if you need to go back, that's perfectly fine. Just go around with your spoon. Make sure all your sides are nice and even and covered. That way, you are ready to stick these in the freezer for a good 10 minutes. You know, probably 5 with these. Alright you guys, I'm going to go ahead and stick these in the freezer for 5 minutes and then I will be right back to go ahead and put that hazelnut spread on here, and I am excited about trying these out. Oh my gosh. Alright, see you in just a moment. Oh, and by the way, this behemoth turned out pretty good, so hoping it stays intact when I cut it open for you guys. Well, because I do have this really lovely hazelnut butter spread as well, I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of tablespoons to this, just to kind of heighten that hazelnut flavor since we have quite a bit of chocolate already with the cup. Alright guys, so our semi-sweet chocolate base is nice and set. So, we've got our two here, and I've gone ahead and melted the hazelnut chocolate spread. Now remember, I went ahead and added a couple of tablespoons of just the regular hazelnut spread, just to give it a little bit more dimension and flavor, because we have so much chocolate going on, so I want to make sure we can actually taste the hazelnut in this. So, next step on these, I'm going to go ahead and fill this 3/4 of the way to that chocolate line there. So that way it's nice and covered, but we still have a nice little area to add our top chocolate layer as well. So again, I'll start with a spoonful and kind of work my way around. Start from the center. So what I'll do is I'll start from the center and kind of move my spoon around. It's a little bit easier to show you since now it's that bottom is set. Same technique for the small ones, the medium, and the insanely large one. And there you go. All right, off to the next one here. And voila. And just remember, it's a 3/4 of a cup of the chocolate hazelnut spread for the inside of the chocolate cup. And then we're using 1.5 cups today of that semi-sweet for the base, the sides, and the top. Alright you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and let these chill for a good 5 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and put the remainder of our semi-sweet chocolate on top to finish off these delicious chocolate hazelnut cups. See you in just a few moments. Alright guys, so these are all set for chocolate hazelnut cups. So now that we have the rest of our remaining chocolate here, I'm going to warm this up for maybe like 10 seconds because it is cooling down. So now that our chocolate is nicely melted, I'm going to go ahead and grab a nice heaping spoonful here. And again, start in the center. For this one with the spread, because it doesn't set like the peanut butter, this one is a little bit oilier. So you're gonna need to work really fast so that you don't melt your hazelnut and chocolate together. All right, this one is done. And what I like to do is just go from the outside and bring my spoon right into a little swirl. So you have a lovely little swirl in the center. So that one's done. And here's what it looks like. I'll actually touch the inside so that way you know when it's ready and set. If your finger doesn't stick to it, you're good to go. And just like the last one, start from the outside with your spoon towards the center, little swirl, and boom! Second cup is done. And we just had a little bit of chocolate left, so that panned out for that recipe. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and cool these chocolate hazelnut spread cups in the freezer for a good 10 minutes just to make sure everything's completely set. And then I'm just going to go ahead and move them into the refrigerator for right now. It's a little warm today here in the PNW, and my place gets fire lava hot, so I don't want these to melt. So I will see you in just a moment to get the next second bonus round for the delicious low sugar white chocolate and peanut butter cups. Yay! So let me go ahead and stick these in the freezer, hide these for myself before I start snacking on them, and I will be right back. Alright you guys, it gets easier and it gets smaller. So now we're going to go ahead and make our white chocolate and peanut butter cups. These are low sugar, so you know. So today I'm going to be using a no sugar added, low sugar Lily's chocolate, white chocolate. And I'm also going to be using a Skippy, no sugar added, so low sugar peanut butter. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. Today, we'll be making 6 of these guys, because why not? So for the 6 cups today, I'm going to go ahead and start with 1 cup of the no sugar added white chocolate chips from Lily's here. And I'm going to go ahead and use half a cup of this low sugar peanut butter, or no sugar added peanut butter. Well, that was perfect because I literally had half a cup of this left, so great. Alright guys, so this one's pretty simple as well. We're going to go ahead and warm this up for a good 30 seconds at a time till all the white chocolate is completely melted. Alright guys, so for the sugar-free chocolates, do be careful when you're warming these up, just because you want to make sure that they don't burn. It's got sugar alcohol, and I think that for some reason, they really do start burning a little bit faster. So, but we have our white chocolate completely melted. So, as you can tell, I've got a tiny little spoon. I'm using like an espresso spoon pretty much. So you're going to start out with like pretty much 2 teaspoons. And you want to hold on to your liner here. It's really important when you start out. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to be a mess. So I'm going to add a little bit more. And this kind of gives you a better idea of like how much you should have in there. And as you can see right here, that little line. So the next step now with these, same thing. You're going to go ahead and get some chocolate on the back of your spoon, and you're going to go up and side until all the sides are covered. If you add too much chocolate to your base, you can actually use that to go ahead and make your sides of your chocolate cup. Don't mind the white chocolate on my hand. That is what it should look like. Alright, so what I like to do, because these are so small and the chocolate tends to just kind of run down right away, I like to go ahead and do Just make sure that that layer's there before you pop this in the freezer. These will take no time. It'll be literally like 2-3 minutes and they'll be ready to go. But as I go along, you can grab a plate, get this all ready to go, and wipe my hand off and pop this right in the freezer. And as I'm going along, I'm just going to go ahead and put these guys right here onto our dish and then come back in about 5 minutes. Alright guys, let me go ahead and finish these up and I'll show you what they look like all cooled down. See you in a moment. Alright you guys, so these are pretty much set and I don't want them to slide right off the plate here, so I'll show you what they look like. So that's what it should look like, and that's really the edge, all you need. So the next step now is going to be adding our low sugar peanut butter, and as you can see, I just melted this for like a good 20 seconds or so. And we are going to be adding about a teaspoon or so in here to start out with, right in the center. And now we can add just a little bit more. I just don't want to overfill it and then not have enough space for white chocolate for the top. Alright, so that's how full it should be. And as you can see too on the sides, we still have a little bit of room to go ahead and add our white chocolate to the top. Alright you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of these up. Go ahead and put these in the freezer again for another 5 minutes, and then we'll add our white chocolate to the top to complete these low sugar white chocolate peanut butter cups. Alright guys, I'll see you in a second. Alright guys, so our low sugar white chocolate peanut butter cups are set, and I'll show you here. And it looks like I have just enough white chocolate to get those tops covered, so good times on that recipe. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab a little bit less of the white chocolate, not a whole teaspoon here, and really start from the center and very lightly move our chocolate to the sides to seal our sides. Add just a pinch more of that chocolate. And give this a little tiny swirl towards the center. And voila, look at that. Very decadent. And as you've noticed, because we are using low sugar white chocolate and low sugar peanut butter, that low sugar peanut butter is going to be saltier flavor-wise, depending on the peanut butter, so definitely give it a taste. I'm adding just a tiny little less peanut butter than regular peanut butter cups. Reason being is it's otherwise going to be crazy overwhelming on the peanut butter. I really want to get both flavors and really get a nice balance. Alright you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and finish these up and stick these in the freezer for another 3 minutes and then pop these in the refrigerator, and we will get started with our last and third bonus chocolate cup. And that's going to be our semi-sweet chocolate cup with cream cheese chips. I cannot wait. That sounds so good. I'm going to be just covered in chocolate at the end of this, I'm sure, but it's going to be worth it. So I will see you in just a moment. See you in a moment. Alright you guys, so for our grand finale, I think Audrey's going to try to go on the counter now. Hi Audrey! Alright, and excuse me while I clean this up since the cat decided to go on the counter and I am covered in fur, so I will be right back. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and make 2 of the medium size as well. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that 1.5 cup of the semi-sweet chocolate, and this is going to take about 3/4 to 1 cup of those really yummy cream cheese chips. I cannot wait. I've tasted one. It was delicious. And I am looking forward to trying these out. So let's melt some chocolate and I'll be right back. All right, our semi-sweet chocolate is nicely, woo, nicely melted. And we're gonna go ahead and do the same as the hazelnut cup. So we're gonna go ahead and grab a nice big spoonful here. Get that on the bottom. And now we're just gonna move that chocolate right to the edge. And same thing as before, grab the side of your spoon here, and just like that. And start getting those edges, so push up and side. Up and side. And just kind of grab your liner so you can make sure you have something to clip on. And there you go. Alright, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and stick these in the freezer for about 3 to 5 minutes or so, and then when I come back, I will have our delicious cream cheese chips melted, ready to go to get the inside of this delicious cup filled. See you in just a moment. Alright, so our chocolate is now set for both of these guys, and I've got that cream cheese chips all melted down here, as you can see. And oh my gosh, that smells so good. This is going to be unbelievable. I cannot wait. So what I'm going to do now is pour half of our melted chocolate in here, I guess melted cream cheese chips, and do the same exact thing as we did with the hazelnut chocolate spread one. And go around, make sure that it touches the sides. Oh, it smells so good. So that's what it should look like. I don't want to move this too much just because for the cream cheese chips, those are a little bit more liquidy, and so I don't want it to spill off, but I do want to show you one mistake I did make. I'm not sure if you can see it right there. I ended up touching the bottom of the chocolate cup, and some of the chocolate came up, so no big deal because it'll be covered, but you know, if you're trying to be super consistent, just a little trick, make sure you're adding a little extra so that way it doesn't touch the bottom of the chocolate. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and chill these for a good 5 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and top these off, and I am ready to try all of these, to be quite honest. It's been quite the adventure, hasn't it? So I will see you in just a few moments. Alright guys, so our semi-sweet chocolate and, oh my gosh, cream cheese chips now are all set. As you can see, this one got a little tilty because it was starting to slide off in the freezer. But we've got our chocolate here, all melted and whatnot. So again, I'm going to go ahead and do a nice big heaping spoonful, and just like our hazelnut cups, start from the center and start pushing your chocolate to the sides. And if you need more, just add a little more. And don't mind if I do. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get this chocolate to the edges. That way we have a nice little seal. And have I mentioned how nervous, but at the same time, I'm very excited to cutting into the behemoth chocolate peanut butter cup here, which is going to be happening quite soon. Alright, so that first one is done. And off to the second one. And the second one is done. And now we chill for 3 to 5 minutes. See you in a moment. Wow, you guys, these were so easy to make. Well, this one's been a fun experiment, and we'll definitely be cutting into this here soon. But I did want to go ahead and show you our chocolate hazelnut ones here. Those came out very nice. And then we also have our white chocolate peanut butter cups, and these are the low sugar ones. Now I did add, for 2 of them, a little bit of just regular chocolate on top just to make it fun and have 3 different layers, so that should be fun. And we also have the, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to taste, chocolate and cream cheese cups. Wow, you guys. These are so easy to make. I had a great time making these for you, and these really don't take any time at all. As long as you can throw these in the freezer or the refrigerator, the process goes super quick. Well, I can't wait any longer. I've got to cut into this, so let's go ahead and cut into the giant peanut butter cup. Alright guys, I'll be right back. Alright, so for the giant peanut butter cup, I'm so scared to pull this out and it's gonna just break apart, but hey, you know what? Again, it's an experiment, so let's go ahead and try it out. So, alright guys, wish me luck. Alright, here goes nothing. Yes, success. We got this on a plate. Now, to get the liner out without it completely crumbling. Oh my gosh! Wow, you guys, just wow. Look at this thing. It's pretty cool. I really wish I would have put some like chocolate sprinkles, but you know, we're gonna keep it how it is. So now, it's all about cutting it. This one is gonna be pretty thin, so you know, so it'll be about right here. But I have to say, I do like this fun little edge here. Now, if you do want to get rid of these, my suggestion is warm up a knife in some hot water, and what you can do is you can just go around and cut off that portion if you really want to. But again, I think it looks pretty cool, so that's just me. But yeah, look at this thing. This is awesome. That is huge. It's like, I think it's bigger than my face. Alright, you guys, I am so ready to cut into this. I want to see what it looks like inside, so here goes nothing. And in fact, let me go ahead and cut it a little bit towards you guys so it's a little bit easier to see. Wow. It's working. You know it would be amazing if you did just a bottom layer and you baked the same size bottom layer for like a brownie, and then just pop this right on top. Oh my gosh. That would be decadent. You guys, I think this is working. I'm just trying to be real careful here. Oh my gosh. I think I almost have it. It's gonna be messy, but oh my gosh, are you serious? Wonder if I can get the whole slice out. I don't think I can, but I'm gonna try. Let's try, what the heck. Alright, spinny spin on this. Let me go get a plate. I'll be right back. Plate in hand, and oh my gosh. It worked! You guys, I'm so excited. That is awesome. And now we've got Pac-Man. Maybe I should put the knife down. And now we have Pac-Man, which is pretty freaking funny. Look at that. I think this turned out awesome. That's hysterical. Tell you what, I know I'm going to be enjoying part of this today, tasting this out, but I know that I'm going to be sharing this as well, so, because there is no way in heck I can eat the whole thing. Alright, you guys, let's move on to the next one and see how those peel off with the paper lining here, and see if they also have a nice look to them, just like this one. See you in just a second. Alright, you guys, and for the next chocolate cups. That's going to be for our bonus round for the first ones, and that's going to be our milk chocolate with delicious chocolate hazelnut spread. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop one of these open. Let's see if we have the same result as the last one, and oh my goodness. Oh, exciting! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. That worked out. Look at that. She's a beaut. By the way, you can buy these too at the Dollar Tree in the baking section. So you can find like the big ones, the small ones, the medium size, whatever size you need. So pretty darn cool. Well, I have to say I'm pretty happy about this one as well. And same thing too, if you want to get the edges off, just warm up a knife and then just go around and then clean it all up and you're good to go. But I have to say I do like this artisan look just because it really gives it that homemade look. Plus that cute little swirl. I mean, look at that! That's adorable! Super cute! It's like a little tartlet except it's all chocolate and, you know, hazelnut spread. So that's number one for you for the bonus round. And now for bonus round number two, which is our sugar-free, or I guess low sugar, white chocolate and peanut butter, and a bonus cup, 3 layers, low sugar white chocolate, low sugar peanut butter, and a little bit of semi-sweet chocolate on top. So those will be great to taste. So I'm going to go ahead and pick 2 to give these a try. Alright guys, and for our grand finale and third bonus, a chocolate-filled cup. That is going to be a chocolate-filled cup with semi-sweet chocolate and really good cream cheese chips. So let's go ahead and open one of these. Alright, let's go ahead and pop this open and hopefully it stays together. Ooh. Oh, look at that! Looks nice. Whoop. Be really gentle here. Oh. There we go. And look at this one too. Yum. That looks super decadent. Isn't that cute? Now, since I can't tell these apart, I'll put a little X on the one with the cream cheese cups inside. Oh my goodness, you guys. I am so ready to try these all. So let's go ahead and get started with the behemoth. With the big behemoth peanut butter cup. And for this one, I'm gonna need a fork, so I'll be right back. Fork in hand, everything's plated. Let's go ahead and try these out. I am so excited, yay! All right, I've been waiting for this for over an hour now, and I am ready to try this out. So we're gonna go ahead and try out the giant chocolate peanut butter cup today that we made together. And success, it did work. So let's go ahead and try these out, shall we? Oh my gosh. Now that is decadent. Oh! Guys, let me show you. Look at that. Nice little layer of the chocolate. Or I guess 2 layers of the chocolate. And that yummy peanut butter. Yum! Oh, so glad how the sides turned out too. It came out super cute. And I'm gonna have another bite. Mmm! Guys, I'm really happy how this turned out. I really hope you get to try that. That is really yummy. Oh my gosh. Just enough peanut butter. Not too crazy on the peanut butter. And the layers of chocolate, they're not super thick, so it's not like overwhelming. I don't want this to be like a thick piece because that's going to be hard to like eat the whole thing. I think this is more manageable. And two, you have just enough of those layers of chocolate and enough peanut butter. Like I said, it's not overwhelming. And it does give it that really good, yummy kind of Reese's-y peanut butter cup flavor as well. Well, you guys, this was fantastic. And I am so happy how it turned out. That's pretty freaking awesome. Well, I'm sure my mouth is covered in chocolate and peanut butter, but it was very well worth it. So let's go ahead and move on to our next one, which is going to be our dun, 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 chocolate hazelnut spread cup. Alright, guys, are you ready to cut into this? Because I am. Alright, you guys, so for the first bonus round, that's going to be our chocolate hazelnut spread cup. So let's go ahead and cut into this. But first, go ahead and show this to you again real quick here. Yum! Looks like a little tartlet. Very deceiving. But a good kind of deceiving. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and cut into this. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this so you guys can see. Right in half. Oh wow. Cut like butter. I'm telling you. Just like butter. Look at that, you guys. That is incredible. I just want to eat the whole thing. But yes, that's that hazelnut spread in there. Yum. Oh my gosh. And seriously, like, the texture came out perfect. I really like these medium ones. They're really cool. And here's the other piece. On the side. And the bottom. Just like a giant Reese's cup. And my hands are covered in chocolate again. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this one more time because there is no way I can eat that whole half piece. So, there's that. Yum. And now we taste. Oh my gosh, so excited. Guys, you thought the giant one was good? This one's going to be even better. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is amazing. Oh my gosh. Well, gotta say, hands down, that chocolate hazelnut one, very delicious. Also, I think I have chocolate all over my face. Also, I definitely have chocolate all over my hands. Very worth it. I recommend this one. Alright, you guys, let's go ahead and move on to our next and second bonus round for our low sugar, white chocolate, and peanut butter cups, plus bonus round, 3 layers. I went ahead and added a little bit of the semi-sweet chocolate on top of this one. So let's go ahead and give these a taste. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and peel these open and see how these come out, and hopefully they should stay intact. And yay, they are! And these are going to be more regular sized peanut butter cups, so you guys know. Alright, so here's that first one. And again, you can go around with a warm knife and just kind of cut the little edges off there. That came out cute. And now for our triple layer one. Ooh. Ooh. That one. Well, I don't want to mess with it too much because I'll get chocolate on the sides of it, but look at that. That's very fancy. I like that. Very cute. Well, I'm excited to try both of them, so let's go ahead and start with the white chocolate peanut butter cup here, and that is a low sugar white chocolate peanut butter cup. Alright, you guys, I'm sure this one's going to be really good too. It's going to be hard to pick which one's the best, I gotta say. Alright, let's go ahead and try this out. Oh my gosh. I gotta show you. Let me go ahead and cut this so I can show you the center of it. And I do apologize, I got a little bit of the white chocolate as I was cutting it, but you can see the layer there. Yeah. That pretty amazing, and it's low sugar. And now for our very decadent looking triple layer. Let's cut this right in half. Ooh, that came out awesome. Look at that. And now I have to taste this. So again, this one was the low sugar, low peanut butter with a little bit of that semi-sweet chocolate. So let's give this a decadent taste. Why do I do this to myself? That is amazing. And gone. Wow, you guys. That is just some amazing, delicious decadence right there. And half the guilt, I would say. Half the guilt. Oh my gosh. These are amazing, and I think these would be a fantastic gift for anyone any time of year. So, I mean, who doesn't like homemade chocolate cups? And triple layer? You can't go wrong. Alright, you guys, we are off to our last and third one. So this one is our semi-sweet chocolate with those very yummy cream cheese chips. I'm very excited to try this one too. And I gotta say, this might be my favorite. We'll see. So let's go ahead and cut into this right now. And right on the center. Oh. That came out perfect. I really wanted more of that cream cheese chips in there because those look just decadent and amazing. And guys, look at that. That looks amazing. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's go ahead and give this a little cut. I can go ahead and taste this out. Just like a little pie. Look at that. It came out so nice. So happy about these. And they're so easy to make too. I mean, you really can't screw these up. Alright, guys, let's go ahead and taste this very decadent looking, more decadent than that triple layer, semi-sweet chocolate and cream cheese chip. Alright, you guys, super excited, although I have chocolate all over me. It's worth it. This has been so worth it. Alright, you guys, let's give this a taste. Oh my gosh. If I could bottle this up as happiness, this would be it. That is incredible. Something about that semi-sweet chocolate and also to those cream cheese chips. When you bite it in together, there's a little tiny bit of s'mores. It's like a little tiny bit of like marshmallow, but then you really taste that cream cheese chip part. And oh my goodness. You can really tell how hot my apartment is because that chocolate is melting in my hands. Oh my gosh, you guys. I think this one's my favorite. The one with the cream cheese chips inside, the semi-sweet chocolate. Oh my gosh. Just overboard delicious in the best way possible. I don't know, guys. That's a lot of chocolate. And I mean, I know that I did sugar-free chocolates last time, but this is a lot of freaking chocolate. And that is a ginormous chocolate cup. And I have to say, I'm going to have to try to get these out of my way and out of my house as soon as possible before I start digging into more. Well, you guys, these were all sorts of chocolatey funness to make today for you guys, and I definitely had a great time, and these were fantastic. And I'm really happy that that giant peanut butter cup, I was able to cut into that. That was pretty cool. And these are so easy to make. And if you do make these, leave me a comment. I want to know what you think. And in the meantime, I will see you on the next Minimum Wager's Kitchen. See you next Saturday. Bye. Bye. Oh, I'm going to have another one of these low sugar white chocolate peanut butter cups. They're all good. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. Oh my gosh. That one was amazing. They were all